Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the Skull and Bones Secret Society. It is one of Yale's oldest secret societies. Yale University is an Ivy League school and is located in New Haven, Connecticut. At last count, there are at least 41 secret clubs at Yale. Skull and Bones is considered to be one of the big three alongside Wolf's Head and Scroll and Key. Also, I want to add that Yale University has publicly announced on numerous occasions that these secret societies are not part of the university. They have actually tried to disband many of the larger ones, but have failed to do so. Each secret society is registered as a nonprofit organization and owns the land and the building that they consider their headquarters. So, what is the perks, so to speak, of being a member of a secret society? Some simply enjoy the thrill of being part of something that's secret. Many groups you probably know are considered to be secret societies. Christianity was once considered a secret society during the era of Roman persecution. Also, the Freemasons and even the Mafia are considered secret societies. Many people join these societies for status, favoritism, fame, and riches. It all depends on the group you decide to belong to. Skull and Bones was established in 1832 by William Huntington Russell. He was inspired to create this secret society by an occult society he had visited while he was in Germany. It is also rumored that the Skull and Bones is a branch off of the Illuminati. Skull and Bones has also been referred to as the 322 and the Brotherhood of Death. Also interesting to note is that they have their own time standard, which is 5 minutes different from everyone else's. Members meet every Thursday and Sunday at their headquarters, which is called the Tomb. We'll get to that in a couple minutes. Where did the number 322 come from? This is the number that appears on the Skull and Bones logo. It isn't really known what the true meaning of this is, but there are some theories out there that I have seen. One revolves around Orator Demosthenes, who was a major Athens figure. He died in the year 322 BC. Another popular theory is it comes from the Bible. Genesis 3:22. Genesis 3:22 states, "And the Lord God said, the man has now become like one of us, knowing good and evil. He must not be allowed to reach out his hand and take also from the tree of life and eat and live forever." There is also said to be a room in the tomb that all of the walls are completely covered with license plates that have the number 322 in them. So now we're going to go on and talk about the tomb. It is the headquarters for Skull and Bones. There is a saying that is carved into the building, Memento Mori, which translates to remember you must die. The tomb is a nearly windowless building located at 64 High Street in New Haven, Connecticut. Only members are permitted to enter the building. All others are forbidden entry. The inside is decorated with walls of skulls and skeletons and other dark objects. Pictures of distinguished members also line the walls. Many relics, including Hitler's cutlery, are said to reside here. Also, a very controversial item supposedly housed here is a skull of Geronimo. No confirmation that I could find points to this being 100% true, but most believe it to be true. So much so that in 2009, descendants of a Geronimo attempted to sue to get the skull returned to them, but were unsuccessful. As of now, 20 descendants of Geronimo have filed lawsuits against Skull and Bones and Yale University. Members of the U.S. government, including Barack Obama, have called for the returns of the remains from New Haven, Fort Sill, or wherever else they may be found. The story goes that in 1918, Prescott Bush was serving as a guardsman at Fort Sill, Oklahoma, and that he and several other bonesmen dug up the grave and stole the skull. It is said to be housed in a glass case on display in the tomb. Fort Sill has always firmly denied that these bones were ever stolen. How do you become part of the Skull and Bones Secret Society? Well, members are hand-selected by the current members of Skull and Bones. The purpose of the society is meant to breed future world leaders. Only 15 junior class students are selected every spring to join. Members are chosen on what is called Tap Day. This has been done every year since 1879. Current members of Skull and Bones will tap a student on the shoulder that they view as a campus leader or other notable student they wish to possibly become a member. All possible members must take an oath of secrecy to the order. When you become a member, you are called a bonesman. Until 1982, members of the society were public knowledge. Then membership information went private. It is known that at least 50 members of Congress are alumni of the Skull and Bones, as well as 3 presidents. Those presidents are William Howard Taft, George H.W. Bush, and George W. Bush. Other well-known members include John Kerry, Amos Staggs, who is Yale's greatest football player, Edward Harriman, who inherited the largest fortune in U.S. history, Prescott Bush, Henry Luce, he was the founder of Times, Life, and Fortune magazine, as well as Sports Illustrated, Walter Camp, who founded American football, Lemon Spitzer, who helped create the Hubble telescope, is just to name a few of these members. No females were allowed to be members until 1992, when pressure from accusations of sexism came against them. The initiation process. The Skull and Bones Society has some bizarre instructions and tasks when going through the initiation process. In order to become a true member, you must pass all these initiation tests. Everyone is first assigned a name that they will be referred to for life by club members. Some names are chosen by the students and others are given. George H.W. Bush's name was Magog. This name was reserved for the most sexually experienced member. George W. Bush was too lazy and never could decide on a name, so he was called Temporary, and the name stuck. Some of the initiation tasks include lying in a coffin, nude wrestling, kissing of a skull, and revealing all of their sexual history. Many believe that this is the reason for the true secrecy of the club and how members are kept silent. Every dark detail of a student's life is to be confessed as part of the initiation and is recorded in black books which are secretly stored in an unknown location. This is said to be one of the reasons the members stay silent. They fear of the information in these books ever being released. Members are also required to leave part of their estate to the club after they die. While doing this, the society promises lifelong financial stability. One yearly ritual is called crooking. This is a game of sorts that is played once a year at night. Many of the secret societies participate in this game. The objective of the game is to steal an item of another society, and then, if successful, then the member that steals the item will get to keep it for their society. Another bizarre ritual is when members drink fake blood from a skull and have mock human sacrifices. In 2001, a video was leaked of a supposed ritual held by the Skull and Bones Secret Society. I'll put the link in the description so you guys can watch it for yourself. The Battle of the Alumni. In 2004, two alumni went head-to-head in battle for the U.S. president. John Kerry and George W. Bush were two frontrunners for this election. Skull and Bones clearly had a favorite in the running, as they spent millions on billboard ads for Bush and none for Kerry. The fact that both of them were Bonesmen was a fact that many did not know. Even when they were asked about it, they simply refused to answer any questions regarding it. But the favoritism was clear on who Bones and Skulls supported. Another interesting thing I found was that there are theories floating around that the Skull and Bones compete with the Freemasons for control of the White House. Maybe a good video idea for another time. Let me know in the comments if you'd be interested in going deeper down that rabbit hole. The Skull and Bones Society owns an island called Deer Island, which is one of the American Thousand Islands. It is located between Canada and the U.S., close to Alexandria Bay, New York. It is owned by the Russell Trust Association and is used as a Skull and Bones retreat. The 40-acre island was intended to give current and former Bonesmen a private retreat. Almost 100 years ago, the island had tennis courts, a golf course, and a lodge. Some Skull and Bone members still visit Deer Island, but the island is sadly overgrown and most of the structures are in ruins now. It is said that the island is no longer maintained or used to the dwindling finances of the secret society. Unlike members of other secret societies, Bonesmen do not pay dues, but are only asked to make a yearly donation to the Russell Trust Association. This seems to be a sign to many that maybe the secret society isn't as rich as they claim they are. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. The next video that we're going to be doing is called Yale's Hidden Treasures. So make sure and you're subscribed if you want to see what that video is about. I hope everyone has a great day. See you soon.